Hello YouTube and welcome back to MagiaErebea-Gaming. I'm Mike. Today I'm going to be bringing you the Runescape weekly update. Now, Runescape is a game that I've been playing for pretty much since Runescape 2 came out, all the way back in 2002 I believe. So I've been playing this for quite a while. Yeah, back since junior high for sure. So I'm going to start making this a weekly thing where I just pretty much read the news update and the patch notes. So we'll go ahead and jump into this. Today they have the skilling update for the invention skill to make it a little bit more interesting to train maybe. Instead of just going out and killing things, there'll be a few other methods you can do to train it, but let's just read. Invention Skilling Update and God Wars Dungeon 2 Community Event. Invention is back with a bang and a focus on skilling. Get out there and discover new ways to augment your fishing and woodcutting tools. Also this week, get ready for Combat and Skilling Community Event at the entrance of God Wars Dungeon 2. It'll start on Thursday, so keep your eyes peeled. I will be off so I can cover it. Cool. Invention, Fishing and Woodcutting, and General Improvements. As requested by you, it gives us great pleasure to unleash the best of invention into the world of skilling. First up, fishing and woodcutting, which have freshly received the inventor's treatment. From today's update, you can discover blueprints for a new device, the fishing rod O-Matic, as well as how to make tool gizmos. You can also augment your crystal and dragon hatchets and crystal rods. The crystal or dragon hatchets can also be augmented from your tool belt. Speak to Doc in the Inventions Guild northeast of Falador. The possibility of adding perks that will aid your fishing and woodcutting prowess also have been added, or hinder. How does an augmented tool that can teleport logs directly to the bank sound? Good. How about a fishing rod that also rewards other players stood in your vicinity? It's all there to be discovered, so get inventing. The newly augmented tools will also gain experience, item experience, and equipment levels just as they were augmented weapons. They also use significantly less charge than your invention weapons. Today's update also allowed for a few wholesale improvements to invention, including charge drain has been decreased by 10% for everything. Awesome, because it would run out way too fast. Invention experience gained by disassembling and siphoning leveled equipment is now scaled to item tier. You'll get 15% more XP for tier 90 and 15% less for tier 70. Okay, so it's going to make it a little bit harder with the stuff I'm using. A new device, the Augmentation Dissolver, allows you to remove augmentations from equipment. Good. But do you keep the augmentators? God Wars Dungeon 2 Community Event. Heart of Gielinor Encampment. With the discovery of the entrance to God Wars Dungeon 2, under the sands of the Caridian Desert, preparations must now be made to take on the bosses within. Ajat of the Warriors Guild is on the scene. Join him from Thursday to train up some fresh-faced recruits and help make preparations for the battles ahead. There will be plenty of rewards and experience up for grabs, including some really cool things like animations and unique weapons. This event will run similarly to the Lost Sword of Radalin, with personal and community goals to achieve for even more unlocks. It will be free to take part, and you will be given necessary items each day to participate. Also, Treasure Hunter will be on hand to provide more ways to boost your progress and go for the biggest rewards. More details will come later this week, so keep an eye on the news. Okay, and this week's live streams are Tuesday, March 15th at 5 o'clock p.m. game time. There's a developer Q&A for the God Wars Dungeon 2 for the Celestia and the Zerosian generals. Last week they talked about environments. Now it's time to see the new bosses. Tuesday, March 15th, 9 o'clock p.m. game time. Mod Shawnee versus the God Wars dungeon. Mod Shawnee is feeling brave and will take on the original God Wars dungeon. Joining for fun, death, and frolics. Wednesday, the 16th, at 9:30 a.m. game time, they will be having the Good Morning Gillinor. And Sunday, March 20th, at 7 o'clock p.m., there will be PVMing with Mod Lee, where he normally does a boss mob where you can team up. A lot of people team up and kill a boss. Other news: RuneScape Classic is now open all year. Due to popular demand, the sign-up window for RuneScape Classic will be open for the rest of the year. So that's cool. Now let us jump into patch notes. Looks like there's a good bit. Alright, let's get started. First, graphical wise, Sergeant, Damien, and the Demon Butler models have been reverted due to player feedback. Character models for the 2006 variant of the 15th anniversary emote have been updated. Players can no longer break the Hef and Agility course animations by eating food. Invention: shields now identify correctly as shields rather than armor when being disassembled. The augmented Abyssal Vine Whip will now drain charges correctly as a level 75 weapon. The augmented Enhanced Excalibur will now drain charges correctly as a level 70 weapon. Skills, D&Ds, and minigames. The Scrimshaw of Log Splitting no longer stacks with Crystallize. Fishing with a net no longer resets the animation periodically. Fixed a spelling error when extending the duration of portable skilling stations. Slightly reworked the UI when extending the duration of a portable skilling station to be more in line with the current UI style. Treasure Hunter key tokens are no longer removed from the player when leaving a floor in Dungeoneering. Players can now complete an Elite Clue Scroll in the Heart of Gillinor area. Co-op Slayer tasks no longer confuse boss kill timers for Legios when solo killing the bosses. Players can no longer attempt to jump onto the Serenity Post while outside of the Heffen Clan area. Quest, challenges, and achievements. Corrected a couple of typos in the Tales of God Wars. Fixed a typo in the World Waits quest, and fixed the lowercase I in the History of Ivan book name. Under the other section, ancient, dusty, and weathered Tardian journals have been added to the Master Quest Cape requirements. Players with 2 copies of the Dwarven Instinct Aura will now have their second aura removed if they activate the aura. Players will no longer be told they receive curly roots when cutting straight jade roots with Inferno adds. Cruel Toroth no longer stays enraged when respawning. Legendary pets can no longer scavenge Ascension Order journal pages. Fixed Dungeoneering malls to include level requirement on their tooltips. It is no longer possible to take Wine of Zamorak without getting attacked by using the area looting system. Attempting to swap ammo in the Terrarian Quiver with a full inventory will no longer drop the previous contents on the floor without warning. And finally, the ninja fixes. They increased the maximum amount of bolus made at a time from 6 to 10 to 60. Barrow's amulets have had their buy limit increased from 10 to 100. Increased Grand Exchange buy limit of divination energies from 5,000 to 25,000. That is amazing, because with invention you need so many of them that 5,000 would only give you an hour or 2 worth of charge, and you can only buy 5,000 every 4 hours. So that's good. Added a quick check chat message which states the player's agility, thieving, slayer, fire making, and invention levels in one message. The message displayed in the chat box when achieving 10 million and level 120 experience milestones will now specify the skill message refers to. Rebalance the number of low-level agility courses to reduce failure rates and improve experience rates. That's cool. Reduce the failure rates at the Apatol course to make it a more viable course for lower levels. Agility pyramid failure rates have been reduced for all obstacles. The bonus for completing the medium desert task has also been increased to compensate. Increase the experience for completing a lap on the agility period from 300 to 500. Greatly reduce the failure rates on the penguin agility course. Increase each obstacle's experience on the penguin agility course representative to the amount of time required to complete it. Increased each obstacle's experience on the barbarian outpost agility course to better represent the level requirements. Completing a round of werewolf skull bowl in under 3 minutes now rewards 900 experience instead of 750. Completing a round of werewolf skull bowl in over 3 minutes will now award 750 experience instead of a sliding scale of reduced XP. Alright, that has been the update and the patch notes. I know I'm excited to jump in and try the skilling update myself for invention. Yeah. Those patch notes were pretty hard to get through. My throat's pretty dry after talking for that amount of time. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Catch you next time. I plan on doing this weekly, so see you later.